Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's David J. Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
7:31, 18 degrees outside. Got down to 17. Along about 5:30 or so this morning, and bounced around 20. I'm thinking about there will be days ahead where we'll not see 18 degrees all day. So, hey, we'll take it. Pretty good weather yesterday. 57 out at the airport, 56 here at the KCNI KBBN studios. Wow, what a day, huh?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, weather's been beautiful.
So let's just go ahead and jump in here. We'll have grocery cart specials for you. We got the school lunch menus coming up. But Brent Apperson is our sports director here at KCNI KBBN. I know everyone was looking so forward to yesterday's volleyball championship game with the Huskers taking on Texas, and it felt like halfway through the first set that we were going to see a barn burner, some really good play, and then something happened. What happened, sports director?
Texas played really good. Nebraska had trouble handling their serve. 12 aces, I think, is what Texas had. Okay. And was reading in a story that is the most aces against a Nebraska team since the rally scoring era, which began in 2001. So, the serve was tough. And listen, I was like everybody else. I just watched it on TV, you know. Yeah. But it just didn't really look like Nebraska was in sync. And Texas was. Credit to them. They played extremely, extremely well. And in the sport of volleyball, like a lot of sports, sometimes things can just start to snowball. And it just kind of started to snowball on Nebraska in that second set. Losing the first set, it was a tight one. But then second set, I think Nebraska got up 10-7, if I believe. And then Texas went on this run. Next thing you know, you're looking at the score, and it's like 15-10 Texas. And Nebraska just couldn't rebound from that. So disappointing way to end the season. But, man, when you look at the season as a whole, what a remarkable year. I mean, they were playing with teenagers, freshmen out there. The talent that Nebraska showed this season was off the charts. And it was a remarkable season, a remarkable run. I don't think there were too many people that were expecting this when the season began because of the youth of the team. So the way that team came together, the way they played through the course of the year, I know it's not the ending that they wanted, but what a great ride they took us fans on. It was wonderful.
You're just kind of emulating what Coach Cook said afterwards in a press conference, and I had it on my phone, and I was going to play it for you. I don't trust my phone right now. It's doing some wild things. I don't know exactly. Plus, I don't have a dongle. So anyway, and that's kind of what, they said, you have your opening comments, and he says, Texas, hats off to Texas. They played really well. They got us off of our confidence level that we'd had for most of the year. And he said, congratulations, we're young, we had a fantastic year, and I'm sure he's already thinking about next year. And volleyball has come a long way as far as national attention.
Oh, wow. Has it ever.
And probably...
And that's good.
Yeah, and probably the gathering earlier this year at Memorial Stadium where they had, nearly 90,000 people come to a volleyball match.
Over 90.
Yeah. They're still talking about that. So the future is bright, and they just didn't ever get going, and Texas really got red hot with serving you're talking about. I felt like, we talked about it just briefly before we went on the air, I felt like 23-23 in the first set, and if they won it, they kind of would have stolen it because Texas was a little out of sync there. The coach got himself in hot water, and it looked like maybe they were going to go into a little turmoil. And as it turned out, they just came right back and took that first set. And I thought maybe if the Huskers had one set in their favor to go forward with, it might have made a difference. But we'll never know because the game is over. Now they'll start planning for next year. So congratulations. And I know everybody would have liked to seen a closer match with all of the build-up to it. But that's the way sports is. You're hoping for this high level of competition and, battling back and forth and these long rallies and so forth. And you only have that when it actually happens, unfolds that way. So then at the high school level, you had some coverage over the weekend I thought was interesting. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season with all the teams, but I think this weekend kind of highlighted some of the good things ahead for us to watch and listen for with basketball, boys and girls, wrestling. We got a lot of bright spots right here at home to follow.
Absolutely, yeah. The guys were in Sumner over the weekend at SEM, and Sandhill Thetford had two great games. And I think the boys' game went to overtime. Sandhill Thetford won that. I think SEM won the girls' game. And I was in St. Paul. Dave, can I make an apology to Indian Nation for just a moment?
Well, what did you do?
Well, Dave, sometimes my decision-making just isn't the best. I went to St. Paul to do the games, and I wore my blue Chicago Cubs pullover. Well, St. Paul's color is blue.
Oh.
Not the wisest move Prince ever made in his life. So I had a few people giving me a hard time about wearing blue.
I don't blame him.
I know. I don't blame him either. I don't know what I was thinking. It was not wise decision-making on my part. Next time I'm wearing red.
Okay. Was it Cubs or Bears?
Right.
Was it Bears?
No, it was Cubs.
Cubs.
So, yeah, it was the royal blue, just like everybody over on the other side was wearing.
Whoops.
So we had fun with that. But anyway, I was in St. Paul. Two good games there. Broken Bow girls got the win. Broken Bow boys were right in it there, but St. Paul had a big fourth quarter to pull away. So good basketball over the weekend. Look forward to this week. This is kind of the final full week of competition before we head into the holiday break. So should be a lot of fun.
It should be. And back to college. Husker basketball teams. Good weekend for the ladies and the men's. I'm sure Kent Pavelka slept much better last night than normal.
I wish I could have heard Kent in the second half when Kansas State scored only 12 points. I bet he was going crazy. So, big win for the Nebraska men's team, going on the road and knocking off Kansas State. So they're 9-2, and if they can take care of business here in the next couple of weeks, could maybe be 11-2 or so going into the new year, which would be awesome.
That'd be great. And we'll have some of the Husker action for you on KBBN as well.
Yes. Yep. So. In fact, I'm glad you brought that up. We did. We're going to do Nebraska men's basketball on Wednesday night. We were originally going to do the basketball game on Sunday, but obviously we did volleyball instead. They played at the same time. So to make that up, we're going to do Nebraska men's basketball against North Dakota State Wednesday night, a game starting at 6:30.
All right, very good. Okay, all right, I think we've covered everything there. Let's take a look at the school lunch menus and see what's for lunch on this 18th day of December. Now, you know what that means, that this weekend we're going into Christmas. Sunday is Christmas Eve, Monday is Christmas Day, so a week from today, everybody will hopefully be celebrating with family and friends, either Sunday or Monday. And I know a lot of folks will change up their business schedules a little bit. As you mentioned, schools will be taking a break. And it's almost here. So let's see what they're having for lunch today at the Prairie Pioneer Center. Chicken Alfredo over noodles. They're having carrots, applesauce, and bread. Call them at 872-6121 and let them know you'd like to have a meal. Do that by 9 a.m. if you would, please.
Litchfield today showing spaghetti on the lunch menu today at Litchfield.
The Sargent Public Schools featuring chicken nuggets, corn, fruit cup, dinner roll, and milk.
Loop City today showing popcorn chicken or a corn dog at Loop City today.
Ansley, pizza, quesadilla, and fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Callaway Public School today showing hot dogs on the lunch menu today at Callaway.
Sandhill School at Dunning, chicken bacon wrap. Let me try that again. Chicken bacon ranch wraps, pasta salad, and chips.
Cozad today showing chicken and waffles or a jalapeno popper grilled cheese sandwich or a chef salad. Some of your choices at Cozad today.
The Thedford Schools featuring chili, cinnamon rolls, veggie, fruit bar, and milk.
Gothenburg today, some of their choices include a spicy chicken sandwich, made fresh scalloped potatoes and ham with dinner roll, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, or made fresh cheesy pizza. Some of the choices at Gothenburg.
And Selma Myrna Public Schools, fresh scalloped potatoes and ham with dinner roll, crispy chicken sandwiches, spicy chicken sandwiches, and fajita deli wraps at AM today.
Broken Bow Middle and High School choices today include made fresh scalloped potatoes and ham with dinner roll, spicy chicken sandwich, a fresh baked combo sub, fajita deli wrap, or the grill station combo today is a crispy chicken sandwich basket at Broken Bow.
And real quick here, the Husky Wall of Fame nominees deadline is approaching at Arcadia. The Husky Wall of Fame committee would like to remind everyone the deadline for submitting new nominees for consideration for induction into the Husky Wall of Fame Fame in 2024 is quickly approaching. The deadline date is January 4th. That's when the school resumes from Christmas break, and it is the last day in which forms may be received at the school. There's 3 different categories. It's $10 per nomination, and you can pick up a form. You might want to do that this week. Pick up your form or get a hold of the office at 308-789-6522. 308-789-6522 if you have questions, and they'll take care of you and get you a form. When you mail it back in, it goes to Arcadia Public Schools, the Husky Wall of Fame Selection Committee, Arcadia Public Schools, Post Office Box 248, Arcadia, Nebraska, and the zip there is 68815. Let's play the game.
All right, here we go. Asking questions about the famous story, The Christmas Carol, written, of course, by Charles Dickens and first published on December 17th, 1843. So here's your question about the story today. To whom does Scrooge send the Christmas turkey? Did he send it to the Cratchits, to Fred, to Belle, or to nobody? To whom does Scrooge send the Christmas turkey in the story The Christmas Carol? Did he send it to the Cratchits, to Fred, to Belle, or to no one? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
I love the morning show.
Wake up with us. We sound way better than this. Casey and I, KBBN Radio.
Bruning Bank would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. We hope this holiday season is filled with the warmth of family and friends. We are here to help you with your banking needs. Visit any location or visit us online at bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Is pain keeping you from doing what you love? If your neck, shoulders, back, or knees are preventing you from feeling your best, it's time to take action. Whether you've had it for years or it's due to a recent injury, you don't have to live with the pain. Pearson Physical Therapy of Broken Bow offers personalized treatments and flexible appointments that work around your busy schedule. Call Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 or visit us on the web at pearsonpt.com. The treatment you need, the care you deserve.
And it is Monday. Sometimes we're just a little slow on Mondays, so let's go ahead and answer that question.
After Scrooge had a change of heart, he sent the Christmas turkey to the Cratchit family.
Mm-hmm. The Cratchits. All right. We're set. We're ready. We're going to bring you a breakfast show that you're not even going to believe.
Oh, wow. All right.
Hey, by the way, I saw your picture on the front door of you.
Yeah,
and
don't get me started on this. I don't know where these pictures come from.
I think you probably do.
Yeah, okay, I do. I don't like the fact that they surface. Yes, this week. This is a big week. This is a week that I personally look forward to every single year, because traditionally on the Party Line show before Christmas, we do the Jingle Cats. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We present to you classic Christmas carols done by cats. It's a meowy Christmas, is what we call it. And I always look forward to this. But the last few years, there's always been a promotional poster that has been created about Brent's anticipation for the Jingle Cats, and it is now surfacing.
Oh, it's here.
Yeah, it's here. It's quite a picture this year.
Yeah.
So anyway.
When is that again?
A Friday.
Friday.
Yeah. Yep. Our last Party Line show before Christmas will be Friday. So Friday at 10:30, we will share with you the story and the music of the Jingle Cats.
Oh, boy.
And I know Dave looks forward to it as much as I do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be great. 7:47, big birthday party last night. Willie Nelson had a big birthday party.
I really felt bad. I didn't know it was on TV, or didn't know that they were showing the concert, as I think is what it turned out to be, right? Celebrating his 90th birthday.
Hollywood Bowl, yeah.
Yeah, and I saw like the last 2 minutes of it when they were singing On the Road Again, and I was very upset that I didn't get to see the whole thing.
I watched the whole thing. I think might have been one of the better shows you're going to see when you get people together, artists together sometimes. I don't know, sometimes it's a little diluted in some way. This was not. I thought that was really good. And I will say that having Keith Richards perform with Willie Nelson is quite something. Snoop Dogg as well.
Yeah.
But boy, some of the, like Chris Stapleton nailed it. Just a whole list of Dave Matthews. They performed Willie's songs and really did him justice. Really, really good. I imagine you can watch that over somewhere, but it's worth seeing and hearing. It was good. Yeah.
Well, just the 2 minutes I saw with him playing and singing On the Road Again.
Yeah.
Willie sounded great for 90 years old on that song. Now, I didn't see the rest of the show, so I don't know if he did some other stuff or what, but man, there he was, still plucking those guitar strings at the age of 90, man. Wow.
Well, they kind of was talking about, how he hasn't been sitting still in his 80s. We received, in the last couple of years, 3 or 4 albums that he has produced lately. And he's one of the few artists left that's actually sending CDs now out to radio stations as demos. Most artists just don't even do that anymore, but Willie does that. He's a fan of radio, and he sends out these demos, and I've been listening to them. They're great. And he's doing some different styles and some different things. And he's won several awards in the last few years. I mean, Lucas Nelson also was, of course, there and performed. And he said what he've always appreciated about his dad is his professionalism and dedication to his audience. Always signing autographs, always just a friendly guy, hasn't changed much over the years. So yeah, it was really interesting. Lucas Nelson sounded great too. Oh man, did he? Yeah, he really did. There was a lot of good music played, and I could tell that, and maybe you folks could too, that Willie was using the prompter some for the words on the songs, and they were sitting down, so he was looking down, and George Strait performed with him, which was fantastic, and So it was a good show.
Yeah.
So we're going to go on the road again with Willie for this one. does its very best to help us with that. So here's some specials with Brent Apperson.
Okay, we're going to kind of split this up a little bit. They have an ad out for this week. And, well, actually, I think both of these ads that we're going to look at, they're showing that they go for 2 weeks, okay? So everything that we list for you this morning looks like these ad specials will run December 18th through January 1st. So keep that in mind. Here's some things that they are spotlighting just for the holidays. Boneless ribeye roast, $16.98 a pound. Best Choice bone-in spiral cut half hams are $2.68 a pound. The Hormel Cure 81 boneless whole or half hams are $4.48 a pound. And Frick's bone-in half ham portions are $2.68 a pound this week. 5-pound bags of Best Choice russet potatoes are on sale, 2 bags for $3. The Father's Table Variety Cheesecake. Three varieties, 32-ounce package, $9.98 for the holidays. Kraft mayonnaise, the big jars are $4.48. If you're a Miracle Whip person instead, it's on sale too at $4.98. Welch's sparkling grape juice or cider, the bottles are $3.98 this week. Gold Medal flour, $2.98. Best Choice vegetables, the cans are 88 cents this week. Best Choice butter, the 1-pound packages are $3.25. Cool Whip dessert toppings are on sale, get 2 tubs for $4 this week. And the Kraft marshmallows are on sale, 4 packages for $5. Those are some of the holiday specials that they feature for the upcoming 2 weeks. Now let's go to their regular ad. And again, this is also showing run dates of December 18th today through New Year's on January the 1st. And some of the things that they feature in their regular ad for the next 2 weeks include this. Grocery carts, premium, aged choice, certified Angus beef, rump roast, $5.98 a pound. 8-pound average, Hormel natural choice, center cut boneless pork loin, $2.48 a pound. Sirloin tip roast, $5.98 a pound this week. And grocery carts, homemade pork sausage, $3.68 a pound. Oscar Mayer deli shaved lunch meat, the packages are $3.98. Crystal Farms chunk cheese, get 2 for $4. Best Choice crescent rolls, 2 for $4. Simply orange juice, the bottles are 2 for $7. Ready Whip whipped topping, get 2 cans for $5. Blue Bonnet margarine sticks, the packages are 2 for $3. Kemp's French onion or ranch dips are $2.25. In the frozen foods section, the Village Pie Maker pies are on sale, $14.48. Flavor Pack vegetables, the frozen vegetables are 2 packages for $3. Red Baron pizzas, 3 for $10. Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $8. Some of the other grocery savings you'll find for the next couple of weeks at the GK. Nabisco Chips Ahoy cookies, Ritz or snack crackers are 2 for $6. Frito-Lay Lay's chips, 2 packages for $5. Frito-Lay Doritos or Tostitos on sale for $3.98 for the package. And Kraft salad dressings are on sale, 2 bottles for $2 bottles for $5 at the GK. Some of the other store-wide savings you'll see: Pace Picante or Salsa, $2.98 for the jar. Rotel tomatoes, get 4 cans for $5. Best Choice apple juice or cider, $2.38 for the 64-ounce bottle. Planters dry roasted or cocktail peanuts, the 16-ounce jars are 2 for $5. And French's fried onions, the 6-ounce canisters are $3.98. In the produce section, you'll find Honeycrisp apples on sale for $1.28 a pound. The Bolt House baby carrots, the 1-pound bags are $1.08. Snow White head cauliflower, get 2 for $5. The new crisp navel oranges are on sale for 98 cents a pound. Red or green seedless grapes, $2.98 a pound. And sweet yellow onions are on sale for 98 cents a pound. Some of the specials you'll find for the next 2 weeks at the grocery cart.
Thank you very much, Brent, and thank you, Grocery Cart, for making those specials available during this Christmas season. And a very Merry Christmas to Steve and all the staff that have worked hard to bring you all those specials and make sure you can walk in the door 7 days a week. Coming up yet this show, we're going to bring you a special guest. Custer County Economic Development Corporation is scheduled to come in. And I know Scotty Ross is the new director, and she may be in with, I'm not sure whether Keith will come along and hand over the baton here on the breakfast show, or Scotty will come in, but we'll have news from the Custer County Economic Development Corporation in the 8 o'clock hour this morning on the Get Up and Go breakfast show.
Merry Christmas, Central Nebraska. Whether you're a current or a future customer, we wish you a wonderful holiday season. Come see us soon at the E in Ansley.
You are listening to the
CBS News Brief. CBS News Brief. Southwest Airlines has reached a $140 million settlement in last year's holiday meltdown at the airports. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
In a statement to CBS News, Southwest Airlines says it is focused on the future, but it appreciates the DOT acknowledging it learned from the event and made investments leading to a vast improvement toward our resiliency.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's in Israel amid calls for a pause in fighting in Gaza. The BBC's Yolande Knell from Jerusalem.
He's just the latest U.S. official to be coming by. They've really been calling for a lower intensity of fighting to move on from major combat operations in Gaza.
With 4 weeks until the first votes in Iowa, our CBS News poll finds Donald Trump dominating in the state, but Nikki Haley narrowing the gap in New Hampshire. Here's Ed O'Keefe.
When it comes to being described as prepared, Haley rivals the former president, and when it comes to being considered reasonable, she comes out on top as well.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, a recalled former Dundee County sheriff was formally charged with stealing a firearm from the sheriff's office. Clinton C.J. Smith, age 42, was charged in Dundee County Court with possessing or receiving a stolen firearm and theft by unlawful taking. Voters removed him from office during a special election on November 14th. The Dundee County Board then voted to name Ryan King as the interim sheriff. Sworn in hours after his former boss was removed from office, interim Dundee County Sheriff Ryan King is getting to work. He said it's time to heal as a county. Everyone's pretty separate, King said after his appointment. Former Sheriff Clinton C.J. Smith was a polarizing figure. He gained support from a group that believes sheriffs should be on the front lines opposing federal gun control. But he did not hold law enforcement credentials when he was elected and was given 8 months to complete training but failed to do so. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
Checking Sunday's action from Week 15 in the NFL. The Bills get a big win over the Cowboys, 31-10. Buffalo's at 8-6. Dallas falls to 10-4, but they do clinch a playoff spot before the game. Sunday night it was the Ravens over the Jaguars in Jacksonville, 23-7. Baltimore's 11-3. They've clinched a playoff spot. Jacksonville falls to 8-6. 49ers no trouble beating the Cardinals on the road, 45-29. San Francisco's 11-3. They wrap up the NFC West title. Dolphins shut off the Jets 30-0. Miami's at 10-4. Chiefs hold off the Patriots for a 27-17 road win. Kansas City's 9-5. Cleveland 9-5 after the Browns hold off the Bears for a 20-17 win. Texans over the Titans in Tennessee, 19-16 in overtime. Houston's at 8-6. Buccaneers are 7-7. They go into Green Bay, beat the Packers 34-20. Rams are 7-7 after beating the Commanders 28-20. Saints are 7-7. They beat the Giants 24-6, and the Falcons lose to the Panthers 9-7.
Here's your weatherology forecast. We'll have sunny skies today for high near 42. Tonight will be partly cloudy for low around 24. Tuesday warms up to 56 with mostly sunny skies. Tuesday night will be mostly clear with a low around 26. Wednesday will be similar to Tuesday, being mostly sunny for high near 57. Wednesday night will be mostly cloudy for low around 29. Thursday only gets up to 55. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Michael Cotter.
Whether you love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you, even the welcome surprises. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help you make them feel a little less unexpected. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
This is CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger. When running a business, your employees can create all kinds of interesting situations. Like somebody not showing up when they're supposed to. You better talk to Bambee. With Bambee, you get access to your own dedicated U.S.-based HR manager, starting at just $99 per month. They're available by phone, email, and real-time chat, so onboarding and terminations run smoothly. Team members reach peak performance, and your business stays compliant with changing HR regulations. And with Bambee's HR Autopilot, you'll automate important HR practices like setting policies, training, and feedback. HR managers can easily cost $80,000 a year, but Bambee starts at $99 per month. Schedule your free conversation today to see how much Bambee can take off your plate. Visit Bambee.com and type freedom under radio when you sign up. Spelled BAMBEE.com, freedom under radio.
Currently 17 degrees under a clear sky. Winds are light out of the northwest. Barometric pressures at 30.29 and steady. Humidity at 86%. Our high yesterday, as we mentioned, 56 here at the KCNI KBBN studios. An overnight low of 17, and that's where we're back to right now. Sunrise at 7:59 today. Sunset at 5:10. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. 1/100th of an inch precipitation measured so far this month of December. That is a look at the weather and news at 8 here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Scotty Ross is here. We'll get her in the studio next.
Happy New Year from all of us at WinQuest Incorporated, proudly serving you since 1925. East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
This is John Farley with Lashley Land Recreational Brokers. And here, we understand your land represents a lifetime of hard work and the decision to sell does not come lightly. I'd be happy to provide a free, no-obligation opinion of value to assist in your estate planning. Inventory is very low at the moment, so now may be the best time to get the highest dollar for your lifetime of land stewardship and sweat equity. Whatever your goal is, I'm here to help. Call me, John Farley, or check us out at LashleyLand.com.
10 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock, and we're excited to have Scotty Ross in the studio, as there was a recent announcement that Scotty's going to move into the next level of management at economic development for Custer County and take over for Keith Ellis, who has done a great job for us. Scotty, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're well. Let's just start with your thoughts on working with Keith, and he's going to be doing maybe a little more family time and that sort of thing. So jump right in.
Yeah. So, I mean, despite my begging and pleading and attempts to tie him to his chair, Keith did go ahead and decide to retire and spend the holidays with his family. And so a little sooner than I had anticipated, I'm stepping into this role. But I'm very excited.
Well, congratulations, and we're excited for you. There's a lot of things going on right now, and Keith was real good about coming in and keeping us updated as far as he could, because we always know that in economic development you can only say so much, because you don't want to say things that don't become reality, because it's always a work in progress, and I guess you know that better than anybody.
Yeah, during my time on the board, 6 years I was the secretary, so I got to see that some projects come to fruition and some don't. One of those projects, I have a Zoom meeting this morning on the Creative District that we've been working on. It's a designation from the Nebraska Arts Council. And so we were trying to get the square and kind of some surrounding areas designated by that Nebraska Arts Council. We've been working on that. Keith has mainly been working on that workbook and turned in all that information. We had a site visit scheduled for last week, and we're going to do a Zoom meeting with some panel feedback this morning. It sounds like we may need to step back and do some adjusting, but I'm starting to learn the longer I'm in this realm of the world. I think when you're applying for a grant, the state automatically rejects you the first time, just to see.
Sure seems that way, doesn't it?
Just to see if you care enough to apply again.
Well, that makes some sense in a way.
Sometimes, I'm willing to do it again. I don't care.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a nomination for somebody for an award or something. A lot of times it takes 2 or 3 nominations so that the committee itself knows that, the people behind that are dedicated to it. Maybe that's the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's all right. They don't know me well enough to know that I'll do it 5 times if I have to. After the first time, it's easy.
Well, I suppose it gets easier. Maybe that's one of the misconceptions also is with grants. A lot of times you've been in 100 meetings, and over the years I have as well, and a lot of times in the conversation at a meeting they go, well, we can apply for a grant. And that just sounds so simple and easy, and
free money.
There's that money out there. We may as well be using it.
Right.
You hear that quite a bit.
Yep. I've had to explain that too. We've got the community development block grant funds that have been floating around Custer County, and they've been repurposed time and time again. But we've got some local businesses that I have to come through and audit every year, and they're like, why do I have to do this? And I said, there's no such thing as free money, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, you got to fill these forms out every year.
Yeah, got to keep up with all of the requirements to be able to qualify. So I know that's a lot of what you've been doing, working with the housing side of it. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. Right. Well, last week we had a ribbon cutting on our Nebraska Affordable Housing Trust Fund house that we built. It's a new construction single-family home in Callaway. Great turnout, which I'm not surprised. Callaway's always there to support their community. They're very excited we built this house. They partnered with us on finding a lot to put it on. And so that was a lot of fun. We had some folks from dignitaries all over the state, representatives from, the State Department of Economic Development, and I was excited to get the ear of Casey. At the state level. He's the new director. So we had 3 new directors all gathered there. We had to grab our picture. We have Carla Kimball. She's the new director out of Callaway for the Central Nebraska Economic Development District. And then myself, and then Casey is actually new at DED too. So that was a lot of fun. And then as far as housing in Broken Bow, we're working, we've had TIF financing approved through the city of Broken Bow to do infrastructure for 31 new home lots up at Eagle Crest.
Okay.
So, which is kind of up by Hillcrest. And so JEO is the engineering firm that we work with through the city, and they're advertising for bids to do that entire infrastructure. And we'll hopefully be breaking ground on those new homes by next fall.
Okay. Well, that's all great. And also that same day that you had the ribbon cutting in Callaway, there was a ribbon cutting that summer covered up at Anselmo, which was quite a coup for Anselmo to have their local library, which is really more as a community building than a library, some money to spruce it up, right?
Absolutely. CEDC did not partner with them on that, but that is a project through CNED, which is Central Nebraska. And so those guys have been really working with some of these smaller bedroom communities to get some improvements going through those community development block grants that they're partnering with them and applying through. So it's exciting. I think they were up in Comstock. They had just gotten a CDBG grant up that way. So that's the nice thing to have, directors and employees from these small towns that are working for those organizations, because they get excited about improving these little rural communities, and
sure,
they'll find a way to get it done.
Yeah, I think is it called the Den in Comstock? They received enough money to really do some outstanding things there. Let's talk about that a little bit. I know that you have your platform that you work off of. Going back to Callaway, I know in just visiting with some private citizens, they have some plans to hopefully maybe clean up some old properties and make lots available for the private sector to build homes. You certainly have nothing against that, I assume.
Absolutely not. In fact, I've been visiting a lot with the Broken Bow, the new city superintendent, Dave Schmidt, about something I learned at a conference last year about a vacant property statute. So basically, it's not a fun way to go about it, but it's a way to clean up your town. If a property is sitting vacant or if it's dilapidated, you can, you can assess fines to the point to where the city actually takes the property over. Then they're able to clean up the property. And what I would like to see happen is then the city essentially gift the property to somebody who's willing to develop it within a certain amount of time. So we're researching and doing some looking into maybe doing something like that in some of the towns across Custer County too.
Yeah. Just to get things cleaned up would be a step forward.
Right.
The community of Ansley, I think sometimes you just have to pull off the highway and drive down and see what they're doing downtown and what's going on there. There's been some new homes, and I know Ansley Lumber's been a big proponent of some of those things, and other places as well, I think. So combined with the private sector and with economic development groups like ours, it's a pretty great combination.
It is. Like, we have this rural workforce housing fund that we can loan funds out to organizations like the Ansley Housing Development Group, and they're actually in line. They haven't turned in their application yet, but we've got those funds designated for, an 8-plex rental unit to be built in Broken Bow, and then after they cycle back after that project, we're hoping they'll go to Ansley and they want to build some duplexes there. So we partner with these private entities and just kind of promote growth and kind of a catalyst that way. So
yeah, all working together makes a lot of sense. So you're working on the housing, on the business sector of Broken Bow. I remember there was an effort many years ago, actually before the Southside Fire took place, for turning some of this Broken Bow downtown area into historic designations, and then it all kind of, we're set back with that awful fire, and so, as you say, you have to keep going and going. It might be a little while, it might be a few years later before some of these things can happen, but it's good to hear that we're working on that again here in town.
Yeah, and some of the things that will help with those other initiatives, not just housing, but childcare and districts and even a splash pad or whatever you want to do, is LB 840. is a campaign that, Keith really championed, and I hope to see it through. That's another one of those things like a grant application that, you might fail the first time, maybe even the second time. But when I had Casey's ear and he asked me, what do you need from the state? And I said, I have no complaints about the programs that you offer and the grants that you offer. It's just really hard for these small communities to keep going back to the same businesses over and over again, asking for money for matches on these grant applications. Some of them are up to 50%. We had to raise $400,000 on the Rural Workforce Housing Fund. And so the LB 840 funds is, yes, it's a tax, and it's hard to get people to vote yes on a tax, but it's a sales tax that you're already paying everywhere else you go. So, you go shopping in Kearney, Grand Island, North Platte, Callaway has it. And they do so much with those funds. It really adds up. And the other thing that I always said was it's not a tax you see on gas and groceries. So, your locals that are always buying your gas and groceries for sure, you're not going to feel it there. But it's not just on the locals, it's on the people that are coming here through tourism and visiting family and things like that can raise a lot of money to really help our community.
Well, when they have summer celebrations or gatherings of those sorts that bring back alumni and bring back new people to come and see the parade and that sort of thing, and there's nothing wrong with that group of people leaving a little bit of money behind. That's really, the way I understand it, some of the best revenue you can get is when it comes from outside of your area. But I thought it was quite, I guess, surprising when Keith said, well, some of our smaller towns around are doing that and we're not. And then, of course, the larger communities, as we mentioned, they're not going to help us with our projects, right?
No, we're not asking them for any donations when we're raising money.
Right. You go to these businesses you're talking about.
Right.
So yeah. Okay. Well, how do you feel about things overall? You seem pretty positive to me.
Well, I'm kind of like a duck right now. I'm calm and cool on the surface, and I'm just going crazy underneath. No, I'm feeling really good about it. I'm hoping that we can find some help for me here in the office, a part-time position that could turn into a full-time position. We're flexible. That's the great thing about this organization. That's why I took the job in the first place. Is if my daughter's got a fever, I can work from home that day. I'm on the road some. I'm in the office some. I love that combination. I love talking to people, but. Also, you're sitting down and you're figuring problems out at the same time. And so I'd really like to find another dynamic individual to join me in the office here after the first of the year.
Well, it's almost essential. And I think Keith, felt that way. And I remember a few meetings where that was discussed, but you certainly want to have that flexibility to get in the car and go see some folks over in Sargent and talk with them about a project there, or anywhere in the area. Might have to run down to Lincoln for some legislation or something like that. Right. So you really need to have that flexibility to have somebody there working on a project and taking care of people who come in and the phone and so forth. It just makes sense, really.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be tied to your chair.
Right. Well, and I'm kind of a team player. I like to sit down with somebody and brainstorm and kick things around and work through things. And so I'd really like to have another person in the office with me to kind of help with that too. Okay. So it could be part-time and or full-time depending on the person's availability and qualifications and all those sorts of things. Right? Sure. Okay. Yep. All right. Is there anything we didn't ask you about that you wanted to bring up today? We've got board meeting today at 4. That's right. I haven't looked at the agenda yet. Should I do that? Well, it's fairly heavy. Okay. The big thing is I've got some cookies coming from Karen Smith. Oh, boy. So we'll do a little Christmas celebration. Brent will be there. I was going to say, can I join you, Dave? He doesn't typically come to meetings, but he might today. I'm all about bribing people to come to my meetings. They sound, they're going to be good. Yeah. The first meeting I ever went to, I think Deb had some booze there from Kincaidor, so I'm probably falling behind compared to her, but well, let's start with cookies and we'll go from there. Start there. We can meet at Kincaidor's after. Yeah, there you go. That's at 4 o'clock, and that's for members of the corporation itself.
And then you have executive committees I think you work with beyond this meeting, right?
Right, yeah, because, that's really when the work gets done. You designate a certain topic, whether it's housing, childcare, wellness, marketing. We're working on a new website, and that's one of my main goals. The first of the year is really get these committees nailed down, because they've kind of fallen apart. You do have to stay on people, like, hey, we're having a meeting this month, and we're going to line out where we're going with this. So we're going to revitalize some of those committees. But
well, that's a tough one. That one takes some effort and time, because people are busy, and sometimes you probably have to reschedule meetings because not everybody can be there, and the list goes on and on. So.
Right. Yep. And I'm not really very good at nagging people, so I'm going to have to get better at, no, hey, where are you? What are we doing? But
there is an art to that.
It is.
I'm not very good at it either.
A little bit, but not too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
You will. You will. Well, I know we all hate to see Keith go, but we completely understand his family is no longer, for the most part, here, his grandkids and so forth. And he actually wouldn't have had to take the job here. He just wanted to help out and make his contribution, because he is a Broken Bow alumni. So we wish him well. I know he'll help you as much as he can, and even after he leaves, I imagine you can pick up the phone and ask him a question or two.
Yes, I've already probably called and texted him more than he cares to hear from me. But he really revitalized this organization from 2020. We went through a hard time.
Yeah.
Our membership fell dramatically, and he really pulled us out, and he did a lot of great things in his time here. He wasn't here real long, but he did a lot of good things for CEDC while he was here.
Well, we're excited to work with you and follow you forward, and hope that you have great holidays with your family and the little one, and
Thank you.
and come back and see us whenever you like. We've got you on the schedule, so.
Okay, very good.
All right. Brent, I'm sorry. I don't think I can take you with me today for the cookies. If you, if you want to become a part of the organization, you'll have to sign up and become a member.
Right. Could you sneak me one out?
Well, of course not.
Oh.
What if I got?
Come see me.
What
after.
if I got?
I got
Scotty.
you.
You're the best.
I got you.
Oh, I'd hate to get caught leaving with cookies in my pocket. I'll leave that to Scotty.
You're the only one that could get away with that, David.
Oh, maybe. Thank you so much for coming in. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. We'll take a time out with these words.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN Radio.
Are you afraid of falling? Team Physical Therapy can help. 872-5111. Good balance is essential for a healthy, active life. Team Physical Therapy is here to help you stay healthy, improve your balance, and keep you active. 872-5111. Our highly trained physical therapist will design a personalized plan for you to help you improve your stability, decrease risk of falling, and get you back to doing what you love. Don't let that balance issue keep you at home, or if it does, we can come to you. Call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111.
There's a lot of uncertainty in ag and business today. One thing you can always count on, though, is Nebraska State Bank looking for ways to help local ag producers and businesses be successful. Right now, NSB is running an ag and commercial equipment loan special that features a 7.95% fixed interest rate for qualified customers. Offer valid through January 15th, 2024. Call one of their local, experienced ag loan officers at 872-2466 to find out more about this limited-time loan special. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Last minute gifts, stop inside Varney Health Mart. They're proud of the variety they offer for everyone on your list. Don't forget complimentary gift wrapping as well. Varney Health Mart will be closed Saturday the 23rd and Saturday the 30th. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
8:32. Thanks to Scotty Ross for stopping in. She is our new director of the Custer County Economic Development Group. Excited to work with her and wish Keith Ellis the best as he goes spend some time with his family in a couple of different locations. So we'll hopefully maybe get to see Keith somewhere along the way, but we'll be looking forward to working with Scotty as well. And I'll take in that meeting this afternoon, and I'll have a cookie, and I'll think of you when I'm...
Oh, great. Oh, thanks, Dave. As long as I'll be in your thoughts. That's wonderful.
Well, right now we are pretty well set with cookies here at the radio station.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. Thank you, folks.
I hope you won't be begging soon, because we won't be able to eat all the cookies.
True, but if you'd like to bring something other than a cookie,
Now stop.
we do want you to know that there is still a week before Christmas.
Oh, Lord.
So we appreciate your generosity.
Do you have liability insurance? Because I think you need some. I know where you can go get some.
Now, come on. You got to be honest, though. The shameless plea for goodies during the holiday season isn't even close to the pleas that myself and our dear friend Bob Bowles would make when Bob worked here.
He was shameless in a lot of ways.
I remember when he and I would work party line together during the holidays. Oh, my goodness. We were bad.
Yeah.
We were. Yeah. But the thing was, people brought stuff.
Well, radio is a very powerful tool, but it should not be used for your own self-indulgence in food.
True. Yes.
But we're all guilty of that around here.
Yes.
we certainly are. If you need any kind of insurance, Universal Insurance is ready to go to work for you. They now are a division of the GTA Insurance Group, and they look forward to continuing to grow and serve you with the same great service and smiles that they have since the 1960s. And they would like to thank the community of Broken Bow for continuously supporting them over the years. They do care deeply about our communities here in central Nebraska, and their roots are planted strong. Universal is located on Southeast Street in Broken Bow. To many of us, that is Highway 2, right across from Prairie Grounds, right next to the Chinese restaurant, next to the Arrow Mini Mall. You can contact them at 308-872-6438 or go online to www.gtagroup.com.
Well, in case you didn't know, it's the third Thursday of the month coming up this week. And every third Thursday of the month, our friends at Rustic and Red in Cozad do what they call their Sip and Shop. So that'll be coming up on Thursday. Boy, I really agree with this statement. It's always a beautiful store, but to see it during Christmas time is truly spectacular, and that is true. You are sure to find the perfect gift to give or shop for yourself. Jewelry, clothing, inspirational gifts, home decor, baby and children's gifts, food and drink mixes, lots of ideas for stocking stuffers. You'll find it all at Rustic and Red in Cozad. Their Sip and Shop is coming up on Thursday. The sipping always starts at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Be listening for more details to come later this week, and make sure you follow them on Facebook to stay up on up-to-the-date details. They'll be open from 10 to 7 this Thursday at Rustic and Red in beautiful downtown Cozad.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Planting for pastures or CRP or other conservation plantings, AeroSeed has the seed you need. AeroSeed has locally produced grass seed varieties to enhance your opportunity for successful establishment. Send them your seeding sheet for a free quote. All mixes are custom mixed, so don't delay in order to get your seed when you want it. Learn more about native grass seedings by contacting your local AeroSeed dealer or visit aeroseed.com.
Gary's Superfoods, online at garysuperfoods.com. Delicious Our Family Shank ham portions are $1.69 a pound, and Our Family Turkey Breast is $1.89 a pound. 3-pound bags of Halos Clementines or 4-pound bags of Navel Oranges are just $3.99. For dessert, go with Marie Collander's fruit or cream pies at $5.99. Bird's Eye frozen vegetables are 4 for $5. International Delight creamers are 2 for $8. Gary's Superfoods, South B Street, Broken Bow, open 7 days a week.
19 minutes before the hour. Good to have you folks along. Always appreciate your listenership. Brent, I was going to ask you a question. I'm still bugged by how dark our corner is. And I know we can't fix it this year. But I know that...
Would you like me to turn my light on outside the house to light up the porch area?
No.
Is that to make it lighter? Would that make you feel better?
It's not just regular light that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Christmas spirit.
Okay.
And inflatables and stars and lights and trees and Santa, that sort of thing. And did you see the big inflatable down the street to the west of you?
Is that the Santa Claus one? Yeah, Santa's huge.
That is big.
That thing's got to be 7-8 feet tall.
Oh, it's a huge... That's
if not bigger.
That's what I'd like to get for the Green Bay Packers guy, the big Santa. He's 7 foot tall, and I would like to do that for next year.
Why are you telling me this?
Well, I wanted to know if you would go...
A diehard Chicago... What? What are you saying?
Go ahead.
Are you actually asking me to donate my hard-earned money to help you buy a Green Bay Packers inflatable? You're nuts. You're off your rocker. It ain't. I'm a Bears fan. Chicago Bears fan. Have been since the early 80s.
You could,
maybe even, I've been a Bears fan all my life.
They got beat yesterday.
Don't go
They
there.
got beat. They get beat all the time. I don't know why you're so big on them. The Packers got beat yesterday, too. So what I'm thinking is, why don't you get yourself a Bears inflatable, put it on your corner. I'll put a Packers on our corner, and we'll light up the neighborhood next year.
I might be open to that.
Our corner is dark. Thank goodness the provinces across the street from you have a nice little display, and Chris and Joni, Kayla down the other end of the street have a nice little display. And
I wouldn't want to take away from them.
Oh, I think that's weak. It's very weak.
I'm just not. I feel bad about saying that. I'm not an outdoor decoration guy. I just never have been. My wife will tell you that.
You don't have to be with an inflatable. You just run an extension cord, plug it into the blower, and they get big and they light up. It's not like you have to string lights and all that sort of thing. Just got to come up with a little money. And I figured, we wait till after Christmas, we start doing some shopping. When it's the off season, we might be able to get a deal.
Well.
And you could get your Bears and I could get my Packers. I'd really like to get the little Packer one with the Snoopy on top of the doghouse. I think that'd be cute.
Yeah.
With a big G on it.
Okay.
Think about it. Don't be a Scrooge.
All right. Now you're making me feel bad. How do you do that? How do you do that? I mean, I don't know how you do it. You pick on me, you do that, and then somehow, some way, you get it to the point where I start to feel bad. Never understood how you do that.
Well, I'm a little bit like Marty Stewart. I've been around. To the Breakfast Show, thank you very much, Bow Family Furniture. You'll be hearing some of those businesses out there on the radio the next several days, wishing you all happy holidays. And we'll be having more kindergartners today on KCNI and KBBN. We'll be having Broken Bow kids, and for the next few days we will on both stations. I know Brent Apperson has some Christmas music lined up for you off and on this week on KCNI, brought to you by sponsors who wanted all Christmas music.
I believe so, yeah.
There's some on KBBN too tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we'll be having full hours of all Christmas music for you. We have Christmas music coming up on both our stations today. Not playing Christmas music on a Monday, and I'll just be honest with you, don't feel like it.
I can actually support you on that.
It's going to be a long
Christmas
week.
music is good, folks. It is. I like Christmas music, but boy, in the radio business, sometimes you just get overwhelmed by it a bit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
By the way, the governor's on today.
Oh, that's right. Governor Pillen will be on at 2 o'clock. That is through cooperative efforts with KCNI, KBBN, and the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, Jim Tim and others. Enjoy working with them.
Yep, that'll be 2 o'clock today on KCNI Radio.
Okay, so the governor will be on. Call in and ask him a question. Ask him what color his socks are.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, the tough questions.
Do you wear boxers or briefs? I don't know, however you want to do. I wouldn't do that. They'll screen you.
Yeah, probably.
I think they kind of talk to you before you go on the air.
Yeah, don't know.
Ever since the Bob Kerrey
I've never
incident,
called.
I haven't either. The Bob Kerrey incident, do you remember that?
I don't know if I do or not.
Whoa. That was many years ago. He was dating an actress.
Deborah Winger.
Yeah. And somebody got through and asked him a rather personal question.
Oh, my. Oh, no, I didn't know anything about that.
So I think there was more screening after that. People can't be trusted.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. You could probably still get in and get your hearing checked before the holidays, but if not, set up an appointment. Make that your resolution for January. We all do that. Well, I'm going to do a little bit better here and a little bit better there after the first of the year. Well, let's just do something that really will help out our lives and others as well. Because nothing makes Shelley more upset. I just know it. More upset than when you go, huh?
I don't even do that anymore. I don't even respond, period. That, I think, is even worse.
That is very bad. Yeah. That's very bad. I experienced that last week with Joan. And she said something like, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
Huh? Well, I'm right here.
Are you listening?
Huh? Well, sometimes that's just because we're not paying attention. We're daydreaming.
Yes.
But it also is very frustrating for the person who cannot hear and the person who's trying to talk to someone who cannot hear, and it can be improved. And Nebraska Land Hearing Center here in Broken Bow, Nebraska, is ready to help you at least make that better. Roxanne is a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 35 years' experience, and she's right here in town serving Central Nebraska. And if you're concerned with your hearing and or worrying about missing out on conversations with your family or, at gatherings where it's kind of noisy and busy and you just can't distinguish between what the words are, Roxanne can help you with that. And you get the hearing test. That's a baseline. And you can go in and have checkups annually like you do other doctor's appointments, eye and other doctor's appointments for your annual checkup. And then if you start losing your hearing, it can be caught early. And if you don't have any problem, then you might want to go maybe evaluate how you're acting at home. Yeah. But you can't do that until you know if you're hearing very well or not. So call her at 308-384-3852. 308-384-3852. Roxanne is located in the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce building, and the business name is on the front window. And stop on in. If Roxanne is not there, they'll get your information. Really, the easiest way to get set up is call Roxanne at 308-384-3852.
The Nebraska Department of Transportation has an excellent opportunity for a highway maintenance worker to join their team in Broken Bow. At the Nebraska Department of Transportation, they reward their employees' hard work with a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. They provide training and career development, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, work-life balance, and a comprehensive benefits package that includes a matching retirement contribution. To apply, you need to go online. Go to this website, statejobs.nebraska.gov. An online state application must be completed. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity, veterans preference employer.
I don't think you put any spray in your hair today. Looks more natural.
I didn't do anything this morning differently than I always do.
So
I'll just leave it at that.
So you don't put spray in your hair.
So, what?
You don't put spray.
I didn't say that.
Goop.
I didn't
Goop.
say. No, I do not put goop in my hair. I do spray it every morning.
Wow.
Sorry. Because if I don't, hair sticks up all over the place, and I don't want that.
You don't have enough hair to go anywhere. You cut it every 2 days.
I know. It needs cut this week. That's my goal.
Whoa! Here's Bonnie Raitt.
KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. There is massive flooding along with power outages and flight delays from a powerful storm along the eastern seaboard. This man's worried about travel out of Providence.
I hope my flight doesn't get canceled. It's pretty expensive.
The Transportation Department slapped Southwest Airlines with a massive fine for last Christmas holiday traffic mess. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
The $140 million penalty comes after an investigation found the airline violated consumer protection laws by failing to provide adequate customer service, failing to provide prompt flight status notifications, and failing to provide refunds in a prompt and proper manner.
The Vatican has just approved blessings for same-sex couples. The document, okayed by Pope Francis, says it's a sign that God welcomes all. However, the Catholic rite will not be given for same-sex civil unions or same-sex weddings. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
Checking Sunday's action from Week 15 in the NFL. The Bills get a big win over the Cowboys, 31-10. Buffalo's at 8-6. Dallas falls to 10-4, but they do clinch a playoff spot before the game. Sunday night it was the Ravens over the Jaguars in Jacksonville, 23-7. Baltimore's 11-3. They've clinched a playoff spot. Jacksonville falls to 8-6. 49ers no trouble beating the Cardinals on the road, 45-29. San Francisco's 11-3. They wrap up the NFC West title. Dolphins shut off the Jets 30-0. Miami's at 10-4. Chiefs hold off the Patriots for a 27-17 road win. Kansas City's 9-5. Cleveland 9-5 after the Browns hold off the Bears for a 20-17 win. Texans over the Titans in Tennessee, 19-16 in overtime. Houston's at 8-6. Buccaneers are 7-7. They go into Green Bay, beat the Packers 34-20. Rams are 7-7 after beating the Commanders 28-20. Saints are 7-7. They beat the Giants 24-6, and the Falcons lose to the Panthers 9-7.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Sunshine today with a high nearing 44. Clear skies overnight tonight with a low around 25. Sunny and much warmer on Tuesday with a high of 57 and mostly clear and 26 Tuesday night. Staying sunny Wednesday with a high of 55 and partly cloudy skies Wednesday night with a low around 29. Still sunny and 54 Thursday, then clear and 29 over Thursday night. Sunny and 57 on Friday and clear and 30 Friday night and some rain Saturday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Kara Foster.
This is CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger. When running a business, your employees can create all kinds of interesting situations. You know, like somebody not showing up when they're supposed to. You better talk to Bambi. With Bambi, you get access to your own dedicated U.S.-based HR manager, starting at just $99 per month. They're available by phone, email, and real-time chat, so onboarding and terminations run smoothly. Team members reach peak performance, and your business stays compliant with changing HR regulations. And with Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate important HR practices like setting policies, training, and feedback. HR managers can easily cost $80,000 a year, but Bambi starts at $99 per month. Schedule your free conversation today to see how much Bambi can take off your plate. Visit Bambi.com and type freedom under radio when you sign up. Spelled BAMBEE.com, freedom under radio.
9:03, 20 degrees under a sunny sky, beginning to warm up out there. Going to be a pretty nice day. Temperatures, as you heard, in the 40s. And later on this week, a little warmer than that. We do have a little bit of moisture creeping into the forecast towards the weekend, towards Sunday and so forth. So we'll watch that for you. Right now it doesn't look like much, but you know how weather people are. They change their minds sometimes.
Yeah, once in a while.
They do.
Yes.
They do. So let me get out my pen here and check off. I got that one. That one. No copy, but you got copy now. You got that one.
Yes, we only have one thing left.
What is that?
On a couple of job opportunities through CNCAP.
Would that be the help wanted package
you
mentioned?
Yeah. Would you like me to do those right now?
I think the audience would love it.
Okay, here we go. Here's a couple of job opportunities through Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership we want you to know about. They are looking for an individual to work as a WIC IMMS nurse in Loop City. Now, this would be a part-time job, flexible 20 hours per week position with a starting wage dependent on qualifications. As you can guess, you must have an active RN, LPN, or RD license for this position. You would be traveling and providing assistance to clients at WIC clinics and administering vaccinations to participants in the immunization program. Now, if you'd like to find out more, you can contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780. The extension is 105. Also, Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership looking for an individual to work as a data entry specialist. Now, this would be in Loop City. It's a full-time position, 40 hours per week, starting wage $16.50 to $18 per hour, depending on qualifications. You would be typing, filing, and compiling pertinent information and entering data into an agency-specific database. If you would like to apply for either of these positions, you can go online to centralnebraskacap.com.
It is 9:05. Dave Burney with you, along with Brent Apperson. Brent, what is the sports schedule this week as we wind things down? I know we had a postponement of wrestling last week. Will you be working that into the schedule this week, or do you know at this time?
I'm going to try. I think it's Thursday. So off the top of my head, Wednesday, Nebraska men's basketball against North Dakota State, airtime at 5:30 on the Huskers Radio Network. Thursday, as far as we know, we're going to try to go back over to Ansley for you and do the Ansley wrestling with Ansley Litchfield, Twin Loop, and Overton. I think it's going to stay that way. We'll have that for you on Thursday, matches beginning around 5 o'clock. And then on Friday, our final sports broadcast for high school anyway of the 2023 year will take us to the Indian Gym in Broken Bow, where Broken Bow will play their final game before Christmas against Northwest of Grand Island. Girls game tipping at 6, boys will follow, and that'll be on Friday.
All right, that's the schedule, and then a nice break there between Christmas and New Year's, and then watch out.
Yes.
Central Nebraska Sports Source will be everywhere. No other station will cover as many sporting events as this crew will, both on the radio and with some live video streaming as well. That's a fact, Jack.
Yeah, we do a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, January and February will be busy.
You bet. Lots of good teams out there, lots of good kids.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
A lot of good sponsors allowing us to do that, which reminds me to thank all the businesses who are listening this morning for all of your support throughout this past year. We'll be doing more of that, of course, between Christmas and New Year's Day, but can't thank you enough. Also want to remind you, don't do this very often, and I should do it more often as I'm looking up at the Facebook live feed. And I'll just be honest about it. Brent and I would prefer that we weren't pictured here. We're radio guys, but people seem to like to watch the show, and it's nice for our guests that come in because they can put the face with the voice out there for their endeavors in business, or like this morning with Scotty. But pay attention to the scrolling advertisers that are on the screen right now. They'll just be going by. There's Hunter's Towing. Culligan's was just there. And the list goes on and on of people that are a part of our breakfast show. Fairder Auto Parts now showing. And so kind of just thank them if you get a chance, because they make all of this possible here on the radio, on Facebook Live, on streaming, all the different things that we endeavor to do for you here at KCNI KBBN Radio. Ah, what a great sound. Bruce Springsteen, Letter to You on The Breakfast Show. I apologize, Brent, about your spray or goop, whatever you put on your hair.
I don't put goop in my hair.
I shouldn't bring it up. I'm sorry. But it does look like you didn't put as much. I'm just going to tell you, it doesn't look like you put any on.
All right.
Looks a little bit natural, like it should be. If you let your hair grow out a little bit and let it go natural, I think you'll be a happier man. Just saying.
Well, thanks for your input.
Oh, by the way, received a very nice letter in the mail. Speaking of letters from Bruce Springsteen, I received a letter from Lindsay Cook, Lindsay Diamond Cook.
Oh, at the Custer County Foundation.
She was so kind in her letter. It was very, very touching. It was nice. She was very
great.
complimentary and made a note to Joan as well. Very nice. Really appreciate it, Lindsay.
That's great.
But I got to tell you, just because she sent a nice letter doesn't mean the old pipeline of pain will not be used next year at the gala. It's going to cost me $3,000 if I lose.
You're still going to go through with this arm wrestling thing. Well, you have a whole year to prepare.
I'm going to work. I'm going to start working out.
So I think that is really where it begins, the preparation. But here's the key: you got to stay consistent with it. You know,
with the banner, or with working out.
No, with the preparation.
I can trash talk Rotel now.
Well, it's probably going to take a little bit more than that to actually win. But yeah, the working out and everything, if that's what you're going to do, you got to stay consistent at it. It's got to be an everyday thing. You got to believe.
Well, I believe. I don't. I believe that, with the table tipped over this year, I might actually, I hate to say this, with the fire hose and the old pain, she might flip over the table. I might flip right over the table. For $3,000? Come on.
I'm telling you, we've got to get a T-shirt made. Pipeline of Pain.
Oh, she's going to feel it.
I hope I'm there to I hope I'm able to be there to introduce you. We got to make an entrance. Like WWE, entrance music and everything. The Pipeline of Pain.
Well, will I have to do a flip when I go up on the stage like the wrestlers do?
They don't always do that. Some of them do, but not all of them.
Can I? Because I want to be the guy. Like
they like to play to the crowd, though. We've got to work on that.
Oh, I think I can handle that.
Yeah, you got to get the crowd revved up.
And I wonder what we could call Lindsay. I think we could call her the Wild Child.
Secret Garden. Holiday shopping hours are Monday to Friday, 11:30 to 4:30, Saturday, 8:30 to 4:30, and Sunday, 1 to 4. Save 15% off antiques, 10% off Watkins, and 20% off Secret Garden inventory, just excluding candles. Proverbs 17, verse 22 says, "A cheerful heart is good medicine." The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
With its increased efficiency and lower fuel cost, ag producers know propane is better for their bottom line. And now, direct payouts can impact your bottom line with the Propane Farm Incentive Program. Participate and you could receive payouts, like up to $5,000 for propane irrigation engines and prime power generators, and up to $2,000 for propane building heat systems. Take advantage of all the ways that propane is better for your bottom line. Start your application today at propane.com/farm incentive.
BASF financing is so low, we can't even say the low rate without dropping a few octaves. 1.99%. See what we mean? 1.99%. To grow more, protect more, and command more. 1.99% for all participating BASF brands. 1.99% when you enroll before March 15th at BASF-grower-financing.com. Get one low rate to do the biggest job on earth. Go to BASF-grower-financing.com. Subject to credit approval. See program details for terms and conditions.
1.99%. Oh, I guess that's not what they were looking for.
No.
Now I got this thing going on about this. I know it's a long ways away. It's a year away. This big arm wrestling match with Lindsay Diven Cook, and I think Wild Child would really be good when she comes out onto the stage.
I was trying to think of entrance music for you. How about "Old Man" by Neil Young?
What?
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
That hurts.
That'd be funny.
I'm gonna try this one. Like, just imagine if you were announcing and then I was coming out, and of course I'll be buff. I mean, I'm gonna have my pipes. My pipes will be expanded for the pipeline of pain. And so then I would be going. I'd walk out and we'd go and we get the music going. It'd be like this.